Hey guys, my name is Rory. I'm with New Craft Metal Products, and we manufacture the Craftlander boat lifts and docks. And today I'm going to be doing an assembly video on the carpeted guidons. We make these for all of our vertical boat lifts, from 2,500 all the way up through 8,000. So they're all going to go together the same. Beam centers from front to back are different depending on the size of the hoist. Today, this is a 4,500 pound lift. We're putting a 10-foot carpeted guidons on here. When you get the kit, you're going to have two carpeted boards. They look just like this. They got an aluminum channel here on the back, an extruded piece of aluminum to strengthen it up in the center. Bolts are already pre-mounted into it before it's wrapped in carpeting. And then you'll get a hardware box that looks like so. It's going to say carpeted guidons right on it. All the hardware boxes for every one of our lifts, no matter the size, are the same. The only thing that's going to change is going to be the length of the carpeted guidon boards themselves. Okay? Now, opening up this box. Just set her down here. Gonna have a hardware bag, looks like so. Gonna have a bag of these clamps, looks like so. There's gonna be 8 of those in there. Then you're going to have 4 of each of these pieces right here. What this is the lower base plate. This is gonna sit on the I-beam like so. And this piece right here is what's gonna attach to the back side of the carpeted guidons. It's going to slip on the bolts like so. These holes in the side here, these are your adjustment holes. Depending on the height that you want it at, you can adjust it wherever you feel it's necessary to work for your boat. The rule of thumb with these is maybe 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches off the side of your boat as far as the gap in between the board itself and the side of your boat. You want it to catch the boat as you're coming in, preventing you from hitting the columns on the boat lift in any way, shape, or form. We're going to start out. We're going to jump over to this corner here and set that up right there. Open up the hardware bag here. There also is an assembly drawing included in the bag, so you can reference to that as far as how these go on. All right, so we get started now. Now the way that I like to do these right here, what I do is I'll take the upper part of the guidon. This will only go on one way, you really can't screw it up. Set it on the bolts here. Now, there are going to be some 3/8 lock washers. They're going to go on those studs first. Going to make sure that those nuts stay secure on the boards. Put each one of those on after you put the upper 2 on. Put a nut on each side. And these are a 3/8 nut. You'll need a 9/16 wrench or socket. You want to make sure you really crank these down good. Get this to draw down into the carpet. Get it flat, tight against the board that's wrapped inside of the carpeting. Once that part's done, you can take the base plate. Again, this is upside down for assembly reasons only. It's going to go on just like so. This is going to be the inside part of the boat lift, okay? The side that's showed to your boat. The plate, you can see it's offset. This side right here is flat. You want it against the same side as that aluminum channel is on. So you pick your adjustment hole at first until you get your boat in the hoist and get these standing upright. You're not going to know where you want it, so roughly put it in there. Stick one of your 3/8 bolts in the kit through there. Put the nut on like so. Now you're going to repeat the same thing at the front end of the boat lift. Again, we're going to start out with the upper piece. Stick it on like so. 3/8 lock washers. And I am a fan of when you do tighten up all this hardware, put it on loose to begin with. When you do tighten it up, do it all at the same time once it's installed and standing up on the lift. The other end, I had 3 holes exposed here. What I'm going to do is put that bolt in. These bolts here, you can go this way or that way. Doesn't matter. You can put them in either direction. that on there like so. Next step, you're going to get into the clamps. You have a bag of 8 of these, like I said earlier in the video. These clamps are going to look like so. They do have a small contour bend to them, and they all do also have radius corners, okay? So what these do right here is these are made to pinch the top flange of this I-beam. Goes under like so. The radius corners are going to be out away from the beam. Sharp corners are going to be up against the beam. Now that bend, you can see in there, you're going to put it on just like so, okay? So what these do is I usually take one of these on each side, just for assembly reasons, put it on like that. If you do this side on this end, you need to do that side on the other end as well in order for it to slide on. Once you set that on there, you're going to grab 2 of these shorter 3/8 bolts. Go right up through here. Let's get these finger tight. Just enough to start the nuts on there, like so. Going to repeat that step at the front end of the boat lift. Now, once we have that part done, now again, these are loose right now, so you're going to see it moving around as I do it. Well, what I like to do is slide them back like so. You're going to take this, easily lay it down, okay? And you're going to stand it up, just like so. From there, you want to slide into place. Now, one thing to look at here is that clamp that I put on there, this is where you're going to move it into place. So you're going to move it until the bolts hit the flange of the I-beam, and that clamp is, make sure it's underneath that flange of the I-beam, just like so. You're going to do that at both ends of the boat. In your gaps right here, you're going to want to measure when you set your boat, or just kind of eyeball it for now. Once you get your boat in the hoist for the first time, you can dial it in and get it close. The front may not match the back. You can, angle them in to give you a little bit of a V to hold the boat better, whatever's going to work for you. Now, when that part is done, you're going to grab 2 more of these, one for the front, one for the back. You're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it on the other side of that base plate where it mounts at the base. So here, I'll just take the bolts, drop them through. Again, that's the bend, it's going to go up. Stick that on like so. Make sure, again, you are clamping that flange of that I-beam. That's what holds these on. Get those on there. You're going to repeat this step at the front end of the boat lift. All right, once we have it on like that, you can just kind of, for the first time until you get your boat in it, you can kind of just eyeball it where you want it. Just make sure you have it spread big enough between the two for your boat to fit in. And then what you can do is now, at this point, you can go ahead and tighten down all these bolts. You got these 4 down here, you got the one here, and you have these on the bottom here. These ones you want to make sure you get extra tight on there. What you do is repeat this exact step that we just went through for the other side. Big note on there. The aluminum channel is going to be away from the boat. You do not want this to touch the side of your boat, okay? So just make sure you pay attention to that. All you want is a soft carpet that's going to touch the side of your boats. And that's pretty much it. Again, these are the same for the 2500 vertical lift all the way up to the 8000. We offer them for any one of the vertical boat lifts. The hardware, again, is the same. The boards are going to be different lengths depending on what you get. Thanks for watching.